Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 on PS5. Tonight we're heading to Imola, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. So, welcome back. Round 6 is up next, and yeah, I'm excited for this race because we're going to have our upgrades pretty much fully on the car for this race. So let me just quickly double check we put everything on. I think we did, but I just want to make sure we did. So we've got the new chassis on. We're still on the original front wing because we don't have a second one yet. We're on the new Mark III rear wing. We're on the Mark II side pods, the Mark III underfloor, and we don't have the suspension yet. We've just started that. But everything else is up to date. So this means our car now looks like this. It's now a bit of a quick car, second in top speed. Still lacking a little bit in acceleration and DRS, but we've made some big steps forward in our cornering. Specifically, the low and high speed downforce has improved quite significantly. 7th and 6th now. That was like 17th and 16th and 18th and stuff last night, so that's a big improvement with those new parts. Brake cooling and engine cooling is getting there. Could do with improving those just a little bit. But yeah, we've got a pretty nice looking car, I think, at the moment. This could be the most competitive package we've had all season so far. And we do have more parts on the way. As you can see, we've got another underfloor design that we've started, and we also have a new front wing that is underway as well. They're a month out yet before we can even start making those, but they are in the pipeline, so to speak, for being developed, and we are building our brand new suspensions. We should have those pretty soon as well. The first two we hopefully will have in time for the next Grand Prix. Let's have a look. 7 days for Monte Carlo. Let's have a look. It won't let me have a look. That's not what I want to see. Let's exit. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Monaco is 7 days away. We're looking at 10 days until we get two of them. So we won't have the suspension for Monaco, but we will have it for Barcelona. There you see we'll have two and potentially a spare on race day as well. We've got 4 of those on the way. There's nothing else we need to build right now, I don't think. Maybe an extra chassis. Extra chassis would probably be nice, actually. Let's go ahead and build an extra chassis, because that might be the only chassis we have for a while. We are going to start to switch our focus onto research, as we've got those big reg changes next season. So let's go ahead and get a couple of research projects started. You see, we've got major technical changes everywhere. So let's go ahead and start on a chassis project. We're looking at 65%, 55% and 55%. As I say, big changes coming. Let's go ahead and whack that all the way up like that. Drop those down just a little bit. There we go. Leave them like that. And let's put 2 engineers on that. There we go. And then, oops, it's designing. How much cash have I got left? Should have enough for side pod project, I think. Yes, that's 1 million. Okay, so again we're looking at 65, 55, 55 and 55. So we'll pump the focus on the drag, and we'll put 3 engineers on that. There we go. Right, that's our prep work done. We now need to set our objectives for tonight. So with the improvements to the car, I'm feeling a little bit more confident. I'm going to go for both in the top 10. We played a little bit safe last night. Fastest lap, I'm hoping we can get that tonight. And finish position, we're going to go 2 in the top 8 tonight. Got a finish position streak, 2 in the top 14. We can't do anything to edit that, but we can do a new quali guarantee. And we're going to go 2 in the top 10 for 5 races. There we go. Right, let's head to Imola.
Welcome along to Italy, and welcome along to Imola. After returning to the Formula One calendar in 2020, Imola is now home to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. This historic track's original outline might remain, but updates to the circuit ensure that racing here feels just as exciting in modern times. Imola has no fewer than 4 chicanes, with the Variantes putting a slow-speed corner into every sector around this historic circuit. It's a high downforce track with sharp turns breaking up the straights. Exciting weekend ahead at Red Bull with a brand new driver on board of their car. So stay with us for all the race weekend thrills.
Okay, looks as though we had an engineer in a Red Bull suit there, but it looks like they're going to be running their reserve driver today. We have a little bit of light rain on the Saturday, and this is our first ATA race of the season. So we will have a slightly different format for quali. Evening, Mr. Watter, John, Victor, good to see you guys. Yes, F1 Manager is coming to Game Pass in October. That was announced a little earlier this afternoon from Frontier. They are also laying off quite a few people as well. They are having a bit of corporate restructuring going on because their profits are lower than expected. Part of that is down to the lack of success of the Formula One Manager games, unfortunately. I do hope that doesn't jeopardise the future of the franchise. I'd like them to keep expanding upon what we've got. Let's start with sorting out the engines first of all. So let's put the older engines in. And we'll do gearboxes as well. There we go. And same for Lando. Older engine. His gearbox might be a bit risky. Nah, 15% is okay. We can get away with that. Right, setups. Let's start with Lando's car, seeing we're already on that one. Let's go with a 7, 12.5, a 4.6, a 3.5, and a 0.05. There we go. And we want to go 20 laps of fuel. There we go. And now for Ocon, we'll go with a slightly different setup. We'll go with a, let's see, a 6, a 13, a 6.4, a 3.45, and a 0. There we go. Let's see. Yeah. Vashaw is going out
Copy, loud and clear.
For Red Bull. You can see RBE for Richard Vashaw. They can't actually go VER for Vashaw because that's Verstappen. Okay, reminder, there is a poll up on the community tab of the channel, giving you the opportunity to decide what we do with F1 Manager going forward. We've got 2 options. We can just keep this with hard mode switched on and keep going, or we can take advantage of some of the things that need a new save, like the third ATA race and the 1 lap reduction in Singapore race length. combined with the new difficulty settings, to just do a hard reboot and just start from scratch with a hardcore series where we pick a low ranked team and just start from the bottom and try and work our way up to a top team. So yeah, that vote will stay up until Friday night. At the end of Friday night, I will have a look at the end of Friday night's stream and see how the votes are going. It's pretty close at the moment. It's just about 54% for staying with McLaren, 46 for doing a reboot. Still got some days to go. And then, as I say, if we are going to do a reboot, I will throw up a new poll on Saturday, or maybe even Friday night, after the stream, to give you a choice of which teams we'll start at. One of which will probably be McLaren. It'll probably be McLaren, Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri will be the 3 starting teams. And we'll see. You know, if we do end up sticking with this playthrough, then obviously we won't be able to get the third ATA race. We won't get the 1 lap reduction at Singapore, but everything else will still be as is. We'll still have the hard difficulty and the hard car development. But whereas we're going into it with a lot of early success and strong early development, if we do a complete reset, we'll be starting from scratch. So there'll be no baked in, you know, early success. We'll have to really fight tooth and nail for it, which might be a bit more entertaining. I don't know. So yeah, that's your 2 choices, and you've got plenty of time on the community tab to get your vote in if you haven't done so already. Personally, I'm happy either way, but I mean, it's you guys who's going to be watching, so I want your involvement, your input in that. You know, whichever you would rather see.
How's the balance?
All right, 97% starting setup for Ocon. That's good. That's very good. Just need a little tweak.
Message understood.
It's always nice when you just have to make a slight tweak and not wholesale adjustments. Just waiting on Norris's feedback now. And 87, so some big adjustments needed there.
Copy.
A lot of parts to run for the first time as well, so our car knowledge is down to just 68% at the moment. We'll need to try and drag that up a bit over the course of this practice weekend. But I'm not going to focus on that too much. Let's go with a 6. Oh no. Yeah, let's go with a 6.5 front wing. We'll pull that down to a 3.4. And we'll just make that one change. See what that does. As for Norris, a little bit more work is involved. We need to change the roll bar. Okay. Let's go with a 3.7. I've got a 7, 12, 5, 3.7, 3.5 and a 0.1. So we'll try that. And we'll get them back on track again. let's see, do a tyre check. For sure is half a second down on Max, but he's also on a faster compound of tyre, so yeah, that gap is actually going to be closer to a second, I think. Victor has just finished managing Lewis and George for P2 and P3 in Singapore. Congratulations. What season are you in? Are you still in season 1? And how does the that new straight in Singapore feel now that they've patched it? Because we haven't been there yet since the patch. Are they still lifting off really early, or are they actually attacking all the way through to the corner now? Evening, Baron. I did do a couple of races earlier today as well with Ferrari.
How's the balance, mate?
Just to see
The balance was really good.
how the
Okay.
harder difficulty in terms of race pace works out, and it does seem some cars do perform better now than they did previously. Fernando Alonso in particular is definitely a little bit faster, from a day one save with the Aston. So I think you can expect to see the higher rated drivers definitely perform better. Alright, changes. 95%. We went slightly backwards with Ocon, but we nailed it with Norris. That's excellent stuff. Which means we went the wrong way on the front wing. So let's drop that down to a 5.5, which is not what I was expecting to have to do. And again, we'll leave the tow at 0. And we'll see how that runs out in the next session. Okay, session 2. We're going with the medium tyres. Going to go with 30 laps of fuel. There we go. And get them back out on track again. Oh, Dead Space Remake's going to Game Pass as well, is it? I still need to start playing the Callisto Protocol. Downloaded that off PlayStation Plus this month and I loaded it up, got into a conversation with someone, turned it off so I could focus on the conversation, and never loaded it back up again. But as I say, I've been playing this war of mine a lot recently, and this, obviously, and I downloaded a new little game as well today, Clouds and Sheep 2. It's a very basic looking little game, but I noticed, just looking on the store just to have a quick look, and it was just right there on the homepage, 7p, and I thought, You know what? I'll take a chance for 7 pence. It's a little kid-friendly strategy game, but I thought, yeah, why not? It looks like it could be a little bit of fun. And 7 pence is 7 pence, isn't it? So I'll probably have a little play with some sheep later tonight. Pushing the boat out, yeah, big spender me. The whole 7 pence. Just, yeah, the Hey Big Spender playing in the background.
How's the balance? How's balance?
There we go, that's more like it for Rock-On, up to 100%. Good stuff. Car part knowledge is now up to 84%. That's good, that's gone up a lot quicker than I thought it would. So it's not impossible that we might actually get that close to maxing out again. You think we'll be busy exploring the West Balkans expansion for ETS? Yeah, I really wish ETS had made its way to consoles. I was kind of hoping it would have done by now. I don't even know if it's still being floated around as a possibility, but instead we get crappy entries from Sedesco that just are awful. For our truck games. Oh, speaking of crappy games, there's a new worst game of the year contender out there that could be worse than Gollum, and it is doing the rounds on social media right now. It's King Kong. There's an in-game cutscene that is literally just, Kong about to be jumped and attacked by an enemy creature, and it's just a still shot of a creature. It's just a JPEG image. It's so bad. Oh, it really does look horrendous. It's just awful, awful shovelware by the look of it. And that's a PS5 game as well. Right. Final session. We're going to go with a set of mediums again. We're going to save the extra set of softs for the sprint, just in case. Not the sprint, sorry, the race. Just in case there's a safety car. We're going to go with .30 laps of fuel again, I think. Again, just so we can work on that car part knowledge as well.
Should be green.
And I must remember to make sure I put Ocon's setup in the book, because I do not have a 5.5 in the book for the front wing. Car park knowledge now up to 90%. Yeah, we might possibly get that to 100 at the end of this run. Oh, and we were talking about the under investigation thing. That only applies to your own drivers. I noticed that in one of my races earlier, I saved a little clip. I need to clean it up and then I'll stick it on the community tab or something. It's a little 15 to 20 second video or something. But yeah, you get the under investigation banner pop up, and then it was a little racing incident coming together between one of my drivers and someone else, I forget who. And it came up under investigation, and then a moment later, no investigation or no penalty applied. Racing incident effectively. So that was kind of cool. I actually got to see I was under investigation, and then no penalty was applied. That was kind of nice, kind of cool to see. So it appears the under investigation only applies to your own drivers, as opposed to everybody on the grid. But
Yep, take care. It is raining.
yeah, that's kind of cool. I was saying how it'd be nice to actually see that pop up as a banner on the screen like we do in the races, and yeah, like I said, it seems as though it does for your drivers, just not for the rest of the grid. Is rain going to go on for a while, and it's going to get worse. We'll try and top it out, but I think when we hit 100% track knowledge, we'll just call them in and call it a day at that. There we go. Let's just not take any risks running in the rain longer than is necessary. We're still going to have very good setup, 98% confidence. That's good enough for tonight. We can get that last 7% of car park knowledge tomorrow when we go to Monaco. Let's see who else has slapped in a new engine for today. So yeah, we're definitely replacing those bits later. Perez is running old stuff. Wonder if he's going to switch to a new gearbox. I think he'll stay with that engine. That's Sainz, Max, Charles Leclerc, Russell, Porsche, Albon and Gasly, Schumacher running a new gearbox this weekend, Tsunoda, Giovinazzi, De Vries, Doohan, Ricciardo, and then Bottas new gearbox this weekend. Zhou, always gearbox is getting a bit crap. Then we've got Stroll and Magnussen. So a lot of cars still running older engines. If it was going to be a wet race, I would probably do the same, but I don't know. I might stick with the better engine tonight. What are my engines looking like? 38 and 40. It is quite a power-hungry circuit, so yeah, we'll switch out the engines tonight. There we go. That is practice done. So, ready for ATA qualifying.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
Alternative tyre allocation rules applied this time round. That means each team has to tackle Q1 on the hard compound tyres, Q2 on mediums, and Q3 on soft.
Esteban Ocon there, Karun. What's the feeling around him at the moment?
Well, neither teammate has really managed to score well so far. Perhaps picking up a few points this weekend would spur on a bit of healthy rivalry.
You're going to want to join us for this, folks, so fasten your seatbelts.
Okay, are we going to get any rain in quali, I wonder? Let's slap in those new engines and gearboxes. Sticking with the same ERS unit, that's still fine. There we go. We're going to go 2 laps for the hard tyres. Probably the only time this weekend we're going to use them, so may as well get some good value out of them. Looking at our starting stats, 100% or 100 out of 100 accuracy going in, 87 braking, 90 cornering, and 91, 93, and 100 for Norris. Nice. And rain is coming in 5 minutes, so we're going straight out. And I'm going to take manual control as well, to make sure we can try and get both laps in before that rain hits.
You can bring the tyre in.
Yeah, can be. And if you want,
This will see us pick up the pace and overtake
Yeah, confirm.
that Williams.
You can push. Okay. Yeah, confirm.
Just hope everyone gets out the pits before we get around too close to them, or else we're going to get a very disturbed first flying run.
If you can, push.
Yeah. So we need to push. Cool.
I think we'll be okay.
Can use overtake.
Copy.
ERS.
Confirm.
someone behind us is going quicker. But then our tyres weren't fully up to temperature in the first sector. They are now for Ocon, and they're just coming in now for Norris. So I expect we'll probably get beaten in the middle sector as well. This is why we're going to try and get 2 laps in. See what we do across the line. A 1:14.0 into harvest mode. Drop the fuel down to conserve. Drop the tyre pace down to standard. Keep the temperature in them before the rain hits.
A little bit of Lyco.
Again, harvest, fuel save, tyres on standard. Keep the temperatures in them. And Albon has gone quicker than us.
And we need you to take care of the tires. Yeah, confirm.
Oh, wow, we are way off the pace. That rain's going to hit and hit hard. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to avoid it. I hope I haven't screwed us up here. I mean, we're quicker than quite a few cars, so assuming that they can't... Well, there's going to be another run at the end of the session, hopefully. So let's just call them in. We're safe where we are right now, and then we'll do another lap when it dries out, if it dries out at the end. If it doesn't, we're safe enough anyway.
And just remind you to use the pit limiter in the pit lane. Brakes on when you come to a stop.
Start the pit lane.
Keep limiter on and keep limiter on.
Just stop in front of
Yeah,
the
here comes the rain already, look. There's no way we'd have improved on that lap, given how quickly that's going up. We'd have had a better first sector, and that would have been it. So let's speed time up, wait for that rain to go away. And we'll do another 2-lap run at the end if we get time for 2 laps. If not, we'll just have to do the 1. This is where our poor weather centre is not helping us. And here comes the drop in rain. We're not going to get time for 2 flying laps. We are just going to get the 1. So... let's amend the run plan. Got a few cars going out already. It's a little early. Okay. We do run the risk of being pulled over a couple of times by traffic, which again is why we're going to go into manual control to try and compensate for those delays. And also to get the temperature in the tyres a lot quicker as well. Need those to be at temperature.
Time to push on these tyres.
Copy.
And we need to increase pushing status.
Confirm.
We need a good warm up on the brakes.
Confirm.
This does mean we're not pulling over as well. So we are kind of screwing over a couple of cars here.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Confirm.
Hopefully this isn't going to come back to bite us. The Qataris are up next. Improvement for Ocon in the first, but not for Norris. And that should be it now to the line. Improvement in the middle for Ocon. No improvement for Norris again. And Ocon shoots up to third place. No improvement at all for Norris. But very close. I mean, 10th is less than 2 tenths away from second. It's pretty incredible. Alright. Is Stroll going out? Yes, Stroll is out. That's a cool-down lap. And Ricciardo's on a cool-down lap, so that's it. That's your qualifying knockout so far. Stroll, Zhou, Ricciardo, Schumacher and Doohan are all exiting in Q1. And we do have more rain. We've got inters for this session. Okay, let's go with 2 flying laps. Let's see what the weather's going to do in this session. Okay, we are going to get some dry laps in as well. So let's get our confidence levels up a bit. Once again, the chat is playing up. It's just not loading in a load of comments. I haven't seen anything since Mr. Waters' ETS comment. It will come to console, but SCS need to upgrade their game engine first. Okay. We've got tyres for Norris. Farah's here. Welcome, Farah. You've been checking out the King Kong trophy list. Don't get it. It's going to be worse than Gollum. We were actually talking about that. You can find the article about it on, is it Pushware or Eurogamer? One of those two sites. They actually show the clip that's doing the rounds on Twitter at the moment with the Kong being attacked by a JPEG.
And track is clear, track clear. Charge button off for last corner.
And there'll be no one ahead.
Oh, another clip that was doing the rounds on Twitter, which is a fake clip, unfortunately, was a post saying that this is a modern F1 car with a V10 engine fitted to it. It's fake. The audio's been dubbed over, but it made me very reminiscent of the screaming V10s that we had. God, they sounded gorgeous. They really did. You know, a 2021 or 2022 Ferrari doing the rounds, I think, at this circuit actually, but with a V10 engine noise dubbed over the top of it. It sounded fantastic. Made me realise just how much I miss those engine noises. Hey, Yuki's looking quick again. 1:16.1.
Traffic. Charge button off.
Yeah, I did wonder if you were lurking.
Shouldn't be anyone in front that will back you up.
Alright, and second flying lap on the inters, and then it will dry out, and we'll go on the mediums. Just trying to see if we can get into peak confidence before we make the switch onto slicks.
No rain expected.
Is this on hard? It is, but hard does not affect practice or qualifying. It only affects the races. You know, in terms of the hard race pace. Obviously, hard car development affects behind the scenes the car development itself. And we are not improving at the moment. Norris improves. He is right on the cusp. So hopefully just completing the flying lap will get him into peak confidence. Ocon improves in the middle as well. And there we go. Peak confidence just before the track dries out. That's perfect.
So at the moment you are P5.
And for Ocon as well. Not quite as strong, but he's in the window. Right, question is, can we get 1 or 2 laps in on these medium tyres? If we go out early, we might get 2 laps. Watching the clock ticking down. And there goes Charles Leclerc. Giovinazzi's going out as well. Oh, everyone's going out now. Which is about when I want to go out as well. There we go. And there goes Max in the background. Let's see if we can get Ocon out behind Max. There we go. Evening, Daniel. If we were to start over, Williams should be the play. No, Williams are actually not a hard team to start with. They're really not.
You can bring the tyre in. Copy.
As is evidenced by the fact that we're in our third season and Williams are currently top of the top of the qualifications table. Yeah, their car is decent and it's very easy to upgrade that car early on. The teams that are going to be hardest to start are going to be, ironically, McLaren, because their car is 8th on the grid. Alfa Romeo, who are 9th on the grid. No, sorry, AlphaTauri, who are 9th on the grid, and Alfa Romeo, who are 10th on the grid. Williams is 7th on the grid.
Looks like the grade's clearing up. Yeah.
And again, if there is a slight delay in answering your questions tonight, the chat window is still playing up. It's not refreshing properly. I have to keep closing it and reopening it to see if there's been any new messages popped in there. So, not ignoring people. If I don't answer their questions, I just means I haven't seen it yet. I think Ocon will have dropped slightly out of confidence. He has. He's just dipped back into very high. Norris is still in peak, that's good. And that's a purple flying sector for Norris. You can get F1 Manager on Game Pass. Yes, that has been announced today. Now Ocon is going purple. He's quicker than Max. And that has got him just back into peak as well. Looks like Max is fastest in the middle sector. Norris is coming up to traffic. And goes provisional pole. And Ocon's only 8th. Looks like we got held up at the end. What happened to the end of his lap? Oh no, he's 3rd. There we go. Crossed the line. He is, wow, just 79 thousandths behind. Am I looking forward to F1 this weekend? Yes, I am. I do like Kota. It's a good track. Ferrari. I think part of the problem why the game has underperformed is because, as always, you know, whenever there's you know, a segment of people that don't like a game, they are extremely vocal, whereas people who enjoy the game just get on with playing the game. And there is a lot of people just doing nothing but criticising the game on Reddit. That's all they do. And I see a lot of people, popping into the subreddit going, is the game any good? And just a whole bunch of the same people every time keep coming up going, oh no, it's terrible, avoid it. Yeah, and all these people who are curious about trying the game don't, because they just get shouted at by people who say it's rubbish. Yeah, I think that's a bit of a shame. I mean, if it was a terrible game, I could understand, but you would have a lot more people slating it everywhere. And it reviewed well, this game. It got, a much better review than it did last time, where it was a fun game, but a little bit light last time. A bit of a watered-down management experience. It's been bolstered up this year. It's a big step forward. And with these new difficulty options thrown in now as well, that's exciting to see. Hopefully it will make the game more of a challenge. But there's just, too many people go to places like Reddit where, there's a very vocal minority that just scream and shout about how terrible the game is. And it really isn't that bad. It's really not as bad as people say it is. It's a good, fun game. It's still lacking a little bit, but it's good. I wouldn't keep playing if it was terrible. Alright, Norris has nipped ahead of Max Verstappen. We've got a pole position. Ocon is third and did not manage to improve enough. But he's third. Magnussen is in fourth. Tsunoda's out. Tsunoda, who was looking so quick earlier, is now out of qualifying. Leclerc's out. And Gasly and Albon. Wow, the Alpines have been caught out as well. Now, part of that's going to be down to weaker engines, but to see those three out in this session... De Vries got through. Magnussen's in P4. Bottas is in P8. That's a big shock. Let's see what happens in Q3. We're going to have more rain. We are going to have more rain. Okay. Once again, we'll go with 2 flying laps of fuel. We'll see what the weather situation is going to do and then make an adjustment from there. Oh, it's going to get worse. We need to go out straight away.
Track should be good. And we need a good warm up on the brakes.
Okay.
If you can, push.
Copy.
Time to push on these tyres.
Copy. And try to increase pushing status. Okay.
So deployed.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go then. This is our chance for pole position.
Copy.
Track's in its best condition right now. It's going to get worse as the session progresses. Tyres are up to temperature. We are a little heavier on fuel than we would like though, unfortunately. Just getting a little warm. Have I played Valhalla? No, I haven't. No, the last Assassin's Creed game I played was Odyssey. And that felt too big. Right, 117.0. Let's cool those tyres down.
Charge button on.
Yeah, confirm.
Just be careful with this tyre.
Copy.
Magnussen out qualified us. That's not good. Verstappen a 116.6. Did we go a little bit too early? Is it just the fact that we were heavy on fuel? We are going to try and do another quick flying lap. The weather now is suddenly starting to turn a little bit.
And push.
Okay, confirm.
Overtake is available.
Copy that.
Can't believe Magnussen's up in third. It says dry in 9 minutes. Yeah, there isn't 9 minutes left in the session. Purple middle sector for Norris. No improvement for Ocon. And Norris moves up to fourth. 9 thousandths of a second faster than Ocon, and that, I think, is it for quali.
And we need some lift and coast for tire temps.
Yeah, confirm.
And try to keep it smooth.
I don't think the track's going to get any better than that.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Copy that.
I mean, we'll probably go out for one more run just on the off chance, but it looks like some of the others are going back out again. Let's refresh the chat window. Yeah, I heard Valhalla was bigger than Odyssey, and it's like, Odyssey was big enough, I think Odyssey was probably a little bit too big. So that's one of the reasons I haven't bothered with Valhalla, just because it sounded way too big.
Slippery pit lane, be careful. Confirm. Turn in.
Still slippery.
Copy.
Right, so let's go with a brand new set of inters, because this is the last rain of the weekend for us. Just one flying lap of fuel. There we go. Just keep an eye on the water level. Should start coming down just a little bit, according to that prediction there. There we go, it's coming down. And let's send that Norris. And then we'll send that Ocon.
Can bring the tyre in.
Copy that.
Alright, here we go.
Clear, track clear. Tires button off for last corner. And there'll be no one ahead.
You guess it'll be a few races before we see the change in difficulty take effect. In terms of car development, yes, but that's a separate difficulty setting to race, and that definitely does have an impact. You know, the drivers are more aggressive. As I was saying earlier, I think it might be before you popped in. I ran 2 races a couple of days ago with Ferrari, just starting at the back of the grid on normal before the patch. And I fought my way through to 3rd and 4th in Bahrain and 4th and 5th in Jeddah. And then I ran 2 races today, same setup, but ran them on the new hard difficulty, and got 5th and 6th in both races, and it was a struggle to get 5th and 6th in Jeddah. I was relatively comfortable getting 5th and 6th in Bahrain, but Alonso was like 20 seconds ahead with the 2 Red Bulls, and there was no way I was going to catch him. So I got 4th and 5th at Jeddah. Bahrain, and 5th and 6th at Jeddah. I had to get in front of the 2 Mercedes and then go into defensive with Leclerc to slow them down and hold them up for Sainz to get close enough to catch them. We failed to improve, so we are 5th and 4th.
So this is P5, which is a very good position to be in.
So yeah, it's definitely harder racing. You know, the top cars are definitely quicker. You know, and it was harder work fighting my way through the field as well. It wasn't just all the cars that were the quicker, just the top cars that were quicker. All of them were a little bit quicker, but obviously the top drivers able to really break away a lot better. And the fact that Alonso went with the Red Bulls in both of those 2 races today, as opposed to being left for dead by the Red Bulls in my earlier races before the patch went live, it's a good indicator that the talented drivers, you know, will really benefit from the patch. Because Alonso is 2nd highest rated driver in the game when it first starts. But yeah, even fighting my way through from the back of the grid was harder work. So we will see a difficulty improvement. It's hard to judge in this season because the grid has already closed up a lot anyway. So it's not going to be readily apparent because the running order has changed so much over the last few races. But we should definitely see some difficulty improvements with car development as the season progresses.
It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Imola can really reward consistency, as Nigel Mansell showed here in 1992 when he became the first driver to ever win the opening 5 Grand Prix of a season.
Any thoughts on Esteban Ocon and his performance this weekend, Karun?
I think it's really great to see them performing at this level, well above what we'd expected. They must be feeling good.
Meanwhile, in the grandstands, the red wave is swelling. Who will come out on top here in Imola?
Who indeed? Hopefully it'll be us. Let's see, we are 4th and 5th. I don't think we're going to improve on that enough to take a gamble on a position guarantee. So we'll stay as we are. The one stop is, I think, the quickest way to go, but we will have a look at the 2 stop. Oops. Ooh, excuse me. Right, let's have a look. Oh, it's actually about the same as the 1 stop. Okay, we'll go with the 2 stop then. That'll give us a little bit more leeway with the tyres, I suppose. There we go. Let's take 2 laps of fuel out and go aggressive off the start. Actually use the battery for the first couple of corners. Just see if we can maybe jump one of the cars in front of us and then turn the battery back off again once we get through Tosa. And we are ready to go. Once again, a quick reminder, if you are just joining us or if you haven't done it yet, there is the poll up on the channel, on the community page of the channel, to decide whether or not we stick with just running higher difficulty on this save or start fresh with a team at the bottom of the grid from season 1 again. You've got until Friday evening, after the race on Friday evening, to make your vote, and then based on the results of that poll will be what we do the following week. So we'll either continue with McLaren next week, or we'll be starting a brand new series to replace this save file. And if that is the case, then there'll be a fresh poll over the weekend to decide which of those 3 teams I mentioned, McLaren, Alfa Romeo or AlphaTauri, that we'll be starting with in season 1. So make sure you cast your vote if you haven't done so already. And let's go racing.
Here in Imola, the drivers are ready to take on the 63 laps of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And the cameras now shift to Sergio Perez, concentrating on the race ahead.
They've got to drive a perfect race if they're going to fight up from P7 in this one.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. This is it. The Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, we are off and running, and we have immediately jumped Magnussen. And we're alongside Russell. We might get Russell here. We have moved ahead of him. Excellent, those tyres definitely working to our advantage. Verstappen is also going to be potentially vulnerable. He's on mediums as well. Ocon is side by side with Sainz at the moment. Holds off Sainz. Can he now make a move on Magnussen? who's also on softs. And I'm going to kill the battery now. We'll wait for the DRS to kick on before we try and sprint past and away from Max.
Overtake, very difficult.
And I think we might struggle to get past Magnussen. He is also on soft tyres. We've got a yellow flag somewhere behind us. Can we dive bomb here?
2 secs. There's been a crash.
Oh, a little bit of collision there coming out of the corner. Just a little racing incident, I think.
And clearly they're not whatever.
All right, we have got in front of Magnussen. That is crucial.
Awesome.
Now we'll go into harvest, try and save that battery back up again, ready for when the DRS kicks in.
Good. Yep, confirmed.
Got to be careful we don't get retaken.
And we can recharge on.
And there you see an investigation incident. No penalties given. It was considered a racing incident. So apparently that does pop up for other cars as well. Maybe that only pops up when it's no penalty given, because we saw penalties last night but we didn't see that banner pop up. And I saw that earlier today with one of those Ferrari races I was talking about, and that was a no penalty given. And now let's start to close back up on Max.
Yeah, confirmed.
And overtake is available.
Copy.
DRS enabled.
Farah was saying last night he'd love to start again with a weaker team. Well, cast your vote. Might happen, might not. I mean, we've also got the option of just, as I say, sticking with this one and then maybe just leaving McLaren at the end of the season. Maybe. Just do the one season with McLaren and move on. But, you know, I think, you know, if we started something with McLaren, if we're going to, you know, stick with McLaren, we should probably stick with them for a couple of seasons. So there are a couple of benefits to a restart in the sense that we'll get the corrected lap counter for Singapore from 63 laps down to 62. We will also get the additional ATA weekend, which technically wasn't supposed to be a thing, but they threw it in to put an ATA back in at Monza, which was originally supposed to be ATA this year, but wasn't. No, sorry. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be an ATA, but we've made an ATA because we didn't have Imola this year, and obviously with Imola in the game, they've now added in a third ATA weekend in this game to Monza. I'm trying to recreate 9/11, Mr. Walker. Not sure how I feel about that. Still can't get past Russell, which is a little frustrating. Let's go into harvest mode again. Let's save the fuel now.
And recharge on now.
Norris is just ahead of Max. I'd like to stay out of the DRS if we can. Looks like we can. Let's drop that down. Let's go into top up.
Be careful with the tires.
And just a reminder on DRS.
The car is definitely quick now. actually of a Jasper Carrot sketch many years ago, saying why don't they make planes out of the same stuff that they make black boxes out of? Because that way, if the pilot does do something stupid like park against the side of a mountain, all you lose is the mountain. Max is on us again already. I don't think we're going to be able to break away from him. As quick as this car is with the upgrades, it's not as quick as that Red Bull.
Can use overtake.
Copy.
If you can, push it.
Okay.
Still holding him back though. I'm going to try fuel saving now. See if we can stay ahead with the fuel save. So see if we can get clear of Russell before I do the fuel save with him as well.
And we need to increase lift and coast.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Copy.
Oh, I was a huge fan of Carrot. I thought he was hilarious. I actually saw an old episode of Canned Carrot on YouTube the other week, and it reminded me of his Wiggy segments and how he used to do spoof versions of popular adverts at the time.
We think a little bit more like her will.
We're in a fight, a side-by-side fight with Max here. Just hold him off for another lap. He's looking punchy. He's trying to find a way through. Ocon is holding back Russell nicely as well.
And charge button on, charge button on.
Alright, we might get past here. Just trying to slow Max down just a little bit. Give Ocon a chance to try and get onto the back of this train. without really sacrificing too much in the way of speed. Here comes Max again. At the moment we're able to hold him off because we've got the better grip on these soft tyres, but as our tyres degrade faster than his...
Why didn't... Continue like this.
I love it when he throws a hissy fit.
And charge button on.
Max again, to try and go around the outside.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Russell is still all over the back of Ocon, who isn't really closing in. Max has got us this time. Alright, well we'll stay in harvest mode, see if we can actually finish rebuilding the battery and then see if we can sprint past.
Continue, keep going.
Still don't have that much in the way of battery for Esteban yet. You can see that we haven't been able to shake Russell at all. Despite having the quicker tyres and potentially a quicker car. See if we can at least get Ocon onto the back of Norris while he's harvesting like this, because we're about to put him into normal, into neutral. And then we can try and use that to get Ocon recharged a bit quicker.
And recharge on is okay, please.
Yeah.
Time to push on these tyres. Copy. Press over.
See if we can get that 1 second window. I think we just might have made it. Good, because we're out of battery.
So recharge on.
Copy.
Just be careful with this
Yes,
tyre.
we did. Whew, thank goodness for that.
Okay.
We suggest a little bit more Lyco.
Copy.
And charge button on when you can.
Yeah, confirm.
I'm just going to make sure we stay in that window. I'm going to try sprinting Norris in a moment. I just want to get Ocon onto the back of Max a bit closer.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Copy on.
Overtake is available.
Copy on.
So deployed.
Confirm.
And there we go. We're up the inside. Going to have the DRS. And we're going to try and break away from Max now. And Ocon should be in range of Max. He is.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Keep him in top-up mode for another lap or two. Just to make sure we stay in range and also that we stay away from Russell now that we've dropped him. You can see Sainz has pushed up onto the back of Russell in the background. And 1:15.5, that's a very quick lap. 2 seconds, 2.2 seconds faster than Max on that last lap. Excellent stuff. Right, let's go into top up. Let's go back into fuel save those tyres again.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Little bit more
I
Lyco.
think we're close enough to start the fuel save with Ocon again. Let's see if we can actually stay clear of Max this time for at least a couple of laps before he starts to hunt us down again.
And recharge on.
Copy.
So far so good. We are getting close to the pit window. Look at that train behind Bottas. Magnussen, De Vries, Gasly, Albon, Pourchaire, Stroll, Giovinazzi. That's a big old train. We do not want to get stuck behind that, and I think we're going to. Let's see, it's only 13 seconds behind. Yeah, we're going to come out probably around Gio. We'll be behind Giovinazzi, that's for sure, and then we'll be somewhere around Gio and Schumacher when we make our stops. We might get out in front, we might get out just behind. But let's have a look. There's some soft tyres in there and then quite a lot of mediums. in that pack. Yeah, we could get caught out quite nastily there. Max has taken a second out of Norris and has also dropped Ocon. Russell's on the back of him as well. Too busy paying attention to everything else and not my driver. Let him fall out of range. And he's now under pressure from Russell again.
Recharge on.
Copy that.
Tyres are starting to go. Scheduled to stop on lap 20. We're going to stop probably lap 19 for Ocon. So let's just give him a little bit more tyre. Let's do the same for
If you can.
Norris as well, so we can keep him out of DRS range of Max. I don't think we can. So we're back to holding up Max again.
Let's get back in the rhythm.
Let's sit behind Russell, get that battery fully charged, ready for when we come out the pits.
Copy that.
Because we'll need that to get an undercut going and also to make our way through some of that traffic. To make sure we don't get taken by sights as well.
Stay close.
Alright, so this is the lap we're going to box Ocon.
We will box this lap.
Okay, box.
And we're going to go one more lap with Norris, boxing on lap 20. Right, hopefully Sainz does not have a lunge, because if he does, it's going to slow us down. We're going to have to back out. No, we're okay. That's good.
Okay, understood.
Box now, box.
Alright, so quick clean stop please, lads. Oh yes, there we go, 2.0. That's nice.
Clear at exit.
And are we going to get out in front of Joe? It's going to be close. Don't think we are. No, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it means we've got a couple of quick overtakes we can do to get Ocon's confidence up. Let's see. We've got a full battery. Let's put him into neutral. Getting his
And
tyres warmed
recharge
up.
on.
He
Now
is
is
currently
okay,
just
please.
below his starting level of confidence, but in the very high category. If he gets those 2 overtakes done quickly, that could get him almost at peak, if not into peak.
Charge button on. Try to look after the tires. Understood.
.1, a little bit slower than Ocon stop.
No traffic in pit exit.
He is going to get out ahead of Zhou and Schumacher.
Charge button on.
And we're almost done fuel saving. In fact, I'm going to say we are done with Norris.
No lift off.
And I'm going to turn it off for Ocon now, but we might need to turn that back on briefly a little bit later on. Let's get after that Williams and Schumacher before he boxes. Because he's on softs and his tyres are almost done.
Overtake is available.
Copy that.
They've been making mistakes, so let's put them under pressure.
Yeah, copy.
Beautiful. Lunge up the inside. Move is done. That's a confidence boost for Ocon. Just before Schumacher boxes. We timed that perfectly. Alright, Zhou is up next. Norris has got his tyres up to temp. Let's go into standard now.
And take care of the tires.
ERS.
Sainz is past Russell. Into second. Ferrari looking a bit more on it at the moment compared to where they were last season. Right, Yuki boxes from 5th place. And Ocon side by side with Zhou. Ocon is through. That's hard tyres for Yuki, so that's probably him to the end. Ocon now just on the edge of peak confidence. But we have killed his battery in the process.
And we can have recharge on, please.
Norris closing down Stroll, who is about to box himself. Norris is now just in peak confidence, and that's the 2 Mercs a little bit further. Oh, no, it's Giovinazzi and Porsche. I was going to say, Russell would be a bit far down. We get a lunge, a flying move on Stroll here before the end of the lap, before he boxes. No, he can't. This is probably where he's going to box now. Russell's in. Oh no, Stroll's staying out.
And just a reminder on the eyes.
Well, that works. We'll get him here.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Russell has gone hard tyres. And Stroll putting up a strong defence there. But we should get him here. And yes, we are through as we reach Tosa. Beautiful stuff. So that should now be full peak confidence. It is excellent stuff. Still working our way. We've slipped back into very high. We're not going to catch Stroll before he boxes with Ocon. We have got all that traffic I was talking about coming up, that train. It's thinned out a little bit, but there's still a lot of cars in very close proximity. Leclerc now into the pits. And he is one stopping. Stroll coming in as well. There goes Ocon. And hard tires again. So we are seeing a lot of drivers going off to the one stop here. It's a bad stop for Stroll. Cut back to Norris. That's a lot of traffic to fight through. We are closing it down very quickly.
You can push.
Sainz now into the pits. And Perez as well. And that's the first of the medium runners coming in. So Sainz boxing for a hards. Oh, it's a double stop for Ferrari, and they've timed that well. Well-ish. Gasly obviously holding them up on the exit there. Hard tyres for Gasly as well. Zhou is in. So the medium runners are starting to come in now. Norris now up to 5th place. He's got past Giovinazzi.
Let's take a closer look. Now the focus is on Lando Norris here.
I just got him on the main straight there. Porsche up next.
Take care of the tires.
And charge button on, charge button on.
Max is staying out again. I wonder if he's going to try and stretch those mediums to go for a one-stop onto softs. I mean, look how much he's been saving his tyres. Still at 42%. He's really been looking after them tyres. I mean, we saw him do that in Miami last night, him and Leclerc, and it hurt them there. They tried to go with the aggressive one-stop, and I think they're going to end up in the same boat tonight. It gives us a chance to hunt them down for the win. Couldn't quite manage it last night, but I think we might tonight.
Not easy to overtake.
Race is long.
So deployed.
So we need to push.
Sold a dummy to Bottas, and we've got him before we even hit the turn. Evening, Anthony. Albon boxes. Giovinazzi boxes in front of Ocon. So it's another driver who dives out the way of Ocon as he's about to overtake them. That's frustrating because we haven't been able to get him into peak confidence because everyone keeps bailing out as soon as they see him coming. Norris is through against Porsche, 15 seconds behind Max. And we'll look to break away nice and quickly now. There is Ocon, slowly creeping up onto the back of Valtteri. 2 seconds behind now. And Max finally boxes. So, is he going softs or is he going hards? He's going hards. Okay, so he's not going for the aggressive one stop. But he has. Maybe they've been able to put a few extra laps on those mediums, so that will help him at the end.
Charge on.
Right, can we get Ocon through? Yes, we can. Ocon is through as well. That's good. We needed to make sure that Ocon got through, or else that would ruin his race. Has Verstappen stopped? Well, he has now. Yeah, you just just saw the answer to that question there. Right behind Sainz, so hopefully Sainz will hold him up. And then he's got to get past Russell, and that's going to be a bit trickier as well, because Russell looking a bit racier this weekend, and is the defending world champion.
Can use overtake.
This race is in the bag? Oh, no, not at all. It's a one-stop race, and we're going for a two-stop. So, on paper, it's maybe 1 second faster, but that's just straight pace. That's not accounting for traffic or delays in the pits.
Awesome.
This is really good.
Ah, God damn it, we've got slowed down on the exit of the corner there. Someone diving in front of us. But we are now through into second place. We did get DRS on the main straight. Just got to watch out for Russell trying to push onto us.
And save fuel from now, please. Save fuel from now. So recharge on.
And Russell, Sainz and Verstappen are going to the end. In fact, everybody who is boxed is going to the end, apart from Doohan, who is either yet to stop or is also two-stopping with us. I think he's yet to stop. Let's have a look, actually. Has Doohan stopped? Oh no, he did. Yeah, he's on a two-stop like us, but he's just been very harsh on his tyres. So he might be going for another set of mediums later. I'll be quick at the end. Yes, this is true, but I'll have a lot of cars to fight through, and it's not a guarantee, but we are in good shape. We finally got Ocon into peak confidence just. Norris is also in peak still. So now it's a question of lap times. Let's keep an eye on ours versus the AI. We ideally need to be lapping a bit faster than this. If we're going to build out the gap. Russell's had a slow lap. Sainz and Verstappen both pushing at the moment. They will be on the back of George very quickly if they're not already. Well, there's Sainz on the back of George, look. Keep an eye on that battle. Sainz is going to get himself through. If he gets through and then immediately slams on the anchors, I'll be happy with that. Oh yeah, no, Monza, it's a bad strategy decision to go for a 2-stop at Monza, unless there's a safety car or something, or a VSC, where you can minimise the time loss. But even then, under a VSC, you don't save a huge amount of time. Hey, yellow flag. What's that for?
It's currently yellow flags.
Ah, look
Let's
at
see
the...
what happened there. Now the Alpha Tauri involved here.
And those tyres are already
Nothing at this point.
screwed, so that might be
And there goes the steering.
doing boxing
What
for fresh
caused that,
tyres
I wonder?
very soon. Yeah, Monaco's one of those strange ones. It can work, the 2-stop can work really well, or it can just backfire horribly. It depends how good your car is at cutting through, or your drivers are at cutting through the traffic. You can get really badly caught out by traffic at Monaco. But a 2-stop is definitely viable there in game, whereas it wouldn't be in real life, I don't think. Not unless you had a massive pace advantage. Right, Ocon's pace is not good at the moment. 1:17.2, Norris 1:16.8. The hard tyres are lapping quicker than us. I mean, yeah, their tyres are better, but we need more pace, and we don't have it. Those hard tyre runners are going to start to swallow up Ocon in a few laps if we're not careful. In which case I can maybe sacrifice Ocon to try and create a bigger gap for Norris. I don't like using one teammate as a sacrificial pawn like that, but we might not have much of a choice if they're going to keep catching him like this. Due to stop on lap 43. So we've got another 10 laps to go. We're going soft at the end. Look at Tsunoda. Yes, Yuki was very, very quick in Miami. Got on the podium last night, but was actually qualified on pole and was leading the race for long chunks of it yesterday. In fact, no, we did pull off the win last night, didn't we? I was thinking we came second for some reason. Right, let's jump to this battle here. Max all over the back of Russell. Yuki keeping a watching brief. Let's watch it from on board Tsunoda's car. Ocon's in trouble. Yeah, they are closing him down. I mean, again, our tyres are not great shape. See Max making the move on Russell. He's through. Made it look easy.
Big lifts.
Yeah,
Let's
copy.
get the last of that little bit of fuel saving done now
And
before we get onto the
remind us on
softs, because
lift
we're going to
and
need to
coast.
push.
Confirm.
Science is already in DRS range, so we may as well do it now while we've got the opportunity. And again, I forgot to look at what powertrains everyone's using. Someone please remind me in chat at the end of the race so we can do that check, because I forgot to do it last night. Science having a look, couldn't quite stick it up around the outside there. And he's going to have a look here at the inside. Has that given us the DRS?
Keep what you're doing.
No, it hasn't. I didn't think so. And we've got a yellow flag out there somewhere. Look
Here's
at
the
Gasly.
replay. Now just keep your eyes on Gasly here. Everything's all right here. And the car just locks. And they'll need to be mindful of the effect that that had on the tyres.
Right, we need to stay with Science here and not get dropped. Fuel saving is pretty much done now, so we can turn that back off again. Going to keep going with Norris, get some bonus fuel in the car for another lap or so. Really don't want to have to use the battery yet with Ocon, but I will if I need to. All right here. Let's just risk going into harvest for the start finish straight.
Copy that.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Ferrari's quick in a straight line. Right, we're close to the pit window, so let's burn out the last of these tyres.
Time to push on these tyres.
Copy.
And we need to increase pushing status.
Yeah, confirm.
need you to push now.
Yeah, fine.
These extra defences that we're getting in against Max are helping top up Ocon's confidence level.
Stay close.
Your chat is way behind. Yeah, my chat's been awful over the last week or so. We had all sorts of problems with it last week, and then we had the screen crashing a couple of times, and it's been playing up the last 2 nights as well. I don't know what is going on with YouTube chat at the moment.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Yeah, go.
Save as much fuel.
Copy that.
Just give Ocon that little bit of extra push fuel when he comes back out. Battery's going to be fully charged as well, which is nice because that'll allow us to go for the fastest lap pretty much straight off the bat with Ocon. Norris's battery still needs more, but we're not really in a position to get that charged up.
And a recharge off is okay, please. Recharge off is okay.
Copy.
Would be nice to get back past sights on the next lap. I'm going to box on lap 42 with Ocon, lap 43 with Norris. We can retake the position from sights and then hold it for a lap. That'll get Ocon's confidence way up again, right before the pit stop. So he'll be good to attack very aggressively when he comes out on those soft tyres.
Overtake is available.
Yeah.
And recharge on is okay, please.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, got a yellow flag.
And recharge on.
Awesome.
Nice job, mate. Nice job.
Oh dear, a crash! There's been a crash!
Oh, De Vries's afternoon just goes from bad to worse. Oh no, wait, it was Doohan who had the locket, wasn't it? That's unfortunate for him. That's ruined his race. That's going to be rear wing damage that's unfixable.
There is debris down the main straight.
Oh, he's got away with that rear wing damage by the look of it. Might have chassis damage though. Right, Ocon's coming in this lap. He's in peak confidence as well, which is awesome.
Box this lap, please confirm.
The one in.
Don't you dare. He's going to force us to slow down. I hate when that happens. I can understand why it happens. It's frustrating when it does. So we lost the overtake again. But we did cause Verstappen to drop out of range by a second or two.
Box confirm, I can't hear you. Box, I think.
2.4, it's not a great stop.
Clear.
First one was
exit.
much quicker, 2.0.
button on.
We're going to come out behind Gasly. Okay. We're ahead of Porsche and Bottas, that's good. We're ahead of the cars that are fighting.
Easy on the front tires.
Yep. Yeah, confirm plan for lane.
Copy, understood.
2.1, it's about the same as his first stop, it's not bad.
Will be tight.
Another yellow flag.
Press overtake.
No, is that Russell making them? No, Russell just getting overtaken. Doing running wide again. Right, we're out behind Perez.
It will be charge button off.
Yeah, confirm.
Bottas is taking the fastest lap. On hard tyres. Interesting. We should hopefully break that now. And we boosted Ocon up a bit further with that overtake as well.
ERS.
Yeah, confirm.
And there we go, fastest lap for Ocon, which is a 1:14.3. That should be safe from everybody except Norris. And let's turn those tyres down now.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
And there we go, 1:14.0. That should be it, the fastest lap now.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Just take care of the tires for the moment.
So, 6 seconds off the back of Russell.
And charge button on.
And 13.5 seconds off the back of Sainz, who is leading from Max at the moment. Yuki's dipped off a little bit, but he's fractionally quicker than Max on that last lap. So, full peak confidence for Norris, that's excellent. For Esteban. He is also at full peak confidence. Brilliant stuff. He's out of bonus fuel.
We suggest a little bit more Lyco.
And he's an extra 5.5 seconds or so behind Norris. About 6 seconds actually.
And we can have recharge on, please.
Should be able to get this move done here on Albon pretty straightforwardly. We can move on to hunting down Checo. There we go, move complete. Two and a half seconds to Sergio. Norris now just 3 seconds off the back of Russell, who is dropping away from Leclerc. Leclerc is on a flyer at the moment for him, 1:15.5. Almost as quick as Norris went on that last lap. There is Russell. What did we say? Was it 2 in the top 10? Or 2 in the top 8? So we're pretty much okay for that. We are still lacking a little bit of pace with Ocon. We need to keep working his pace stats. Now in DRS range.
Recharge on.
That's 15 laps to go. Norris now 10.5 seconds off the back of Max, who's in the lead. Norris now out of spare fuel.
And increase lift and coast.
And Ocon is through. Oh, Norris got Russell. I completely missed that. Just realised he'd got through. We're on the hunt. Once again, Yuki's podium party is going to be spoilt by a fast-charging McLaren, or 2. Just dropping Russell like a hot potato here. Aren't they potatoes anyway, King George's? Not sure how I feel about calling our former lead driver and reigning world champion a spud, but his headshot does look a little spud-like in this game. And we are rocking after Leclerc very quickly here. Just 3 seconds the gap now. Right, we're lapping fast enough for Norris to win this race at current pace, but obviously our tyres are going to wear out as we progress further in. I don't know if we're lapping fast enough to get Ocon on the podium. think we are. Whether we can get him beyond third place. Well, actually, no, I don't know, because we'd have to catch Sainz and Max. So we're either going to get fourth or second, I think, with Ocon. If we can catch up to Sainz and Verstappen, we should be able to pass them. If we can't catch them, then, yeah, fourth. Ocon now just 3 seconds off the back of George.
And charge button on.
I thought that was a back marker in front. I'm so used to seeing Williams getting lapped. I didn't realise that was Yuki.
Energies are good. So deployed.
Yuki defending very resolutely here. But we're going to box in Charles. Oh, no, Charles going to cut across the front of us. We're going to lose a lot of momentum there.
Overtaking is very difficult. Keep doing it like this.
Trying to find your way past two drivers who are scrapping like this is so hard. Ocon has caught the back of Russell. Let's make that move happen.
Overtake is available.
And we need to increase lift and coast.
Confirm.
And we're going to look up the inside of the chicane. No, we can't. Yellow flag. Oh, we had a collision with Russell.
Are you okay?
Right then, we can take a look now. Here we are then at turn 15.
It's going to happen at the chicane, isn't
Tries
it?
to get by. And oh, that's obviously far from
Is
intentional.
that a little bit of wing
but
damage?
There was contact. And having seen it back,
It is. It's a
it's
little bit
pretty
of wing
obvious
damage.
who was at fault.
Please don't be a penalty. Tyres took a little bit of a knock as well.
Let the tyres come back to you.
Right, we are through, but we may potentially get a penalty.
Recharge on.
We've got past Yuki.
Awesome.
Good work, mate. You are currently P6.
No penalty given. Ah, thank you. It's considered a racing incident. We're through. Whew. Worried about a 5-second penalty being added on there. And now we get past Leclerc. Excellent stuff. So Norris is finally unleashed. It's a really nice new feature. Yes, it just adds an extra little hint of realism into it. It's a shame that it happens so quickly. I think that it'd be nice to see a slightly longer pause, you know, between under investigation and then the result. Maybe just delay it by an extra 10 seconds or so before it gives you the result. Get the under investigation thing up really quickly, and then leave it up there for a couple of seconds so you get a chance to read it, and then take that down and then wait 10 seconds before giving the result. I think will be better, rather than popping the result pretty much instantaneously. But I do like it. I say it just adds that little extra immersion.
A bit more like
Copy that.
Right, Norris is through and outside of DRS range now, so 4.7 seconds to go to Sainz. We are about 7.5 seconds off of Max with 8 laps to go. We are lapping a second a lap faster at the moment, so we are still on for that, but we've just turned the tyres down. Try and break away from George. We're going to see a drop off in pace for Ocon with that front wing damage, unfortunately. So I think the podium's a little beyond him now. But we'll keep going.
And recharge on is okay, please.
Yeah.
I really do like as well that there are penalties. Well, there are collisions that are not penalties; they are just racing incidents. It's nice to see that we have racing incidents rather than just there's contact that's an instant penalty for a driver that may or not be deserving of the penalty. Is now dropping out of range. That's good. So Ocon is safe for now. Try and work on catching it with McLaren and Tsunoda. I would be very happy with 4th place for Ocon. Be even happy if we could get him on the podium, but I will settle for 4th. And you can see how much his pace has dropped off because of that front wing damage, and the fact that his tyres took a bit of a hit as well. So he should catch the cars in front, but beyond that I don't know. We've got another yellow flag. Oh, was that car in front of me on the grass there? It was. Sainz is locked up.
But this is what happened. Here we are down at turn 7.
So we're up to 6th, so up to 2nd without even having to try.
By that point, it was just too late.
Five seconds and clear track. So it's just a straight hunt now. We don't have to worry about passing Sainz. And it's made Ocon's chances of a podium that little bit better. I'm going to turn up Norris's tyres.
And boost.
Let's close that gap down so we can get some battery in the car for a couple of laps.
And 6 laps to go.
There they are, and there's Sainz. It's tantalisingly within reach now for Esteban. Just 3 seconds off of Sainz. 3.5 maybe.
5 laps to go.
9/10 out of Max on that last lap. Should be on him in a couple of laps. Take a look at tyres. Yeah, we've definitely got an advantage in tyres over the cars in front of us. Max, again, has been looking after his tyres. Plus he did box those couple of laps later than the rest of the field.
Overtake is available.
Copy up.
And
Just making sure I got DRS on this straight here.
Copy.
Four laps to go.
No need to push the tyres.
Yeah.
Recharge on.
Copy.
And you can push.
Copy.
And let's see if we can throw this up the inside of the last two corners. Oh, nearly.
So how many laps are left?
3 laps to go.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
Ah, that's...
And we can have recharge on, please.
Copy up.
And charge button on, charge button on.
And save fuel from now, please. Save fuel from now.
Copy.
I just think we're going to run out of time with Esteban, unfortunately. A little bit of front wing damage has made all the difference here. Sainz's pace has dropped right off. Now Leclerc is getting DRS as well. That's made this even harder.
2 laps to go.
Just got to go for it. See what happens.
Try to take care of these tires.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Copy.
Stay close.
Needed to get Tsunoda here. Come on, up the hill, up the hill.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Damn it.
And recharge on.
Come on, find a way through, please.
Copy.
If I can't get Tsunoda on, at the beginning of the lap, I've got no chance of getting the podium. And he is still in DRS range, unfortunately. Oh, no, he's not. He didn't get the DRS. Come on, get the move, get the move, get the move, get the move. No, no, come on. Ah! Stubborn little Japanese driver is getting in the way. Norris is through for the lead.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Down at Tosa. Can they squeeze by?
So we got him at Tosa, but it was a straight fight all the way up the hill.
And we've got a new race leader.
Alright, looks like 5th place is the best we're going to get. We haven't got enough time, unfortunately, to make the move on the podium. And please get him here. Side by side, master the battery.
And just a reminder on DRS.
Yeah, just squeezing through.
Yeah, it was a fantastic race. What a race, huh? Nice, good job.
Lando Norris wins it. He's first over the line. And Lando Norris finishes at the head of the pack.
You can't say they didn't earn it. They put in an amazing performance today.
There we go. What a great little finish there from Norris. Unfortunately, Ocon just ran out of pace thanks to that little bit of damage. Without that front wing damage, with that little tussle with Russell. A little Russell tussle. If we hadn't had that, then I think we could probably have got past Leclerc and Sainz as well and made it a 1-3 on the podium. But a strong result. I will take it. There is a yellow flag out there somewhere.
Let's have a look
De Vries just
here we are then at the 11th corner.
compounding his afternoon from bad to worse.
Oh, and the car locks up.
That's a big
That's just the
lock-up
risk
as
you
well.
take. The later you leave it.
That's something I'd like to see as well, is cars getting stuck in gravel traps and retiring because they're beached in the gravel. Not every time they go in the gravel, but I would like to see there be like a little R&D calculation, like a very small chance that if you go into the gravel like that, you get beat, and that's you out of the race. Because we see that in reality, you know, but we don't see it in this.
What a remarkable drive by Lando Norris today.
What a brilliant race that was for the team. They just did everything right. The driver included, of course.
The team has been waiting patiently there, and you can see just how much it means to each and every one of them. And after such a fabulous drive here today, it's no surprise to see this man land on the podium.
That takes them up to 3 wins this season. They proved just so hard to beat.
Well, Formula One certainly feels at home in Italy, and it looks like those three feel right at home too. Now, Karoon, with that result in mind, what would they be feeling like down at McLaren?
They'll be absolutely delighted to have picked up the win here. What a great outcome that is for the team.
And that's about it for our time here in Imola.
For the next Grand Prix, make sure you join us at the renowned city circuit of Monaco. Prepare yourselves for one of the most legendary rounds of the season.
So, confirmation of the final result. Lando Norris picking up his 3rd win of the season and gets the fastest lap as well. A 1:14.0 comfortably faster than the rest of the field. Only Ocon got close with a 1:14.39. Let's take a look at the rest of the drivers' positions. Sainz, another good race for Sainz. That's a couple in a row now. Gets up to third, gaining 3 places. Good recovery drive from Charles Leclerc from his poor qualifying, up 8 places. Tsunoda gaining 5 after, again, getting knocked out in the rain in Q2. Bad race for George, dropping down 5 places. Had that little Brussels tussle with Ocon. And that certainly hurt him as well. Albon improving as well, up 6 places. Disappointing race for Perez. He hasn't really bedded in at Ferrari properly yet, unfortunately for him. Gasly gains 3 places, again out of position because of the wet qualifying. Porsche is not bedding in well at the moment at Mercedes. You know, he's shown glimpses of brilliance, but he is definitely off the pace. Bottas slipping out of the top 10. And we see a few other drivers having some interesting races. What a disappointing race for Magnussen. Starting in 3rd place, dropping all the way down to 15th. But there is just not a huge amount of pace in that Aston at the moment. Schumacher only gaining 1 place. It's a bit of a tale of 2 cities with Schumacher and Tsunoda. One's doing really, really well. The other one is really struggling, and I don't know if that's down to driver or lack of competitive parts for the second Williams. De Vries had a shocker of an afternoon and ends up in 19th place. And Doohan didn't exactly show himself in glory with that huge lockup either. Right, let's take a look at the driver standings. Lando Norris opens up an 8-point gap over Max Verstappen with that win. That's very, very nice indeed. Charles Leclerc stays in 3rd place. Carlos Sainz now moving up 3 places into 4th with his 2nd podium in a row. That is a good couple of weekends for him. Ocon stays in 5th, overtaking Gasly and Russell, but being passed by, or overtaking, I think, just Gasly, but also being passed by Sainz in the process, so no real movement for him. Let's see, George on 50 points. Not the greatest start to the season for the defending champion. We'll see if that Mercedes does come good later in the season. Perez, again, not a great season for him so far. Although, having said that, Sainz has only just started to come good. He's scored 30 points in the last 2 races. So you take those 2 podiums away and he would be pretty much, neck and neck with Perez. Albon, 4 points for him. More good points for Yuki Tsunoda. Up to 10th in the championship now, moving ahead of Stroll. And then nobody further down scoring any points. So the bottom half of the table staying as is. In the Constructors' Championship, we closed the gap on Red Bull by 6 points. We are now 6 points behind them. So it's very, very tight at the top still. Ferrari with a few decent points there. Overtake Alpine, moved into 3rd place. Mercedes pick up another 6 points, but they are a little bit of a way off Alpine at the moment. And those big points for Williams move them to within just 2 of Aston Martin there. Let's take a look at the pit stop challenge. George Russell had the fastest stop. We had the 2nd, Porsche with the 3rd fastest, and Lando Norris with the 4th fastest stop. Shockingly, the Red Bull, a little off the pace. They had 1 stop at 2.2. Max didn't even make it onto the leaderboard, so not a great afternoon for the Red Bull mechanics there. And Ferrari didn't make it on there at all. So let's see what that's done to the standings. There you see Red Bull have had 23 of the fastest pit stops this season, but only scored 8 points this weekend, and we closed them down massively. Big points for Mercedes as well. They jumped past Ferrari with 40 points. Ferrari, no points at all. How many fastest stops have we had? We've had 5 fastest stops so far this season. And then big gains for AlphaTauri as they jump over Alpine. And a few nice points there for Alfa Romeo. Haas still yet to get off the bottom there, yet to register any points. And there you see our stops. We had a 2.0, a 2.4, a 2.1 and a 2.1. So some good stops and one not so good stop. Let's see how our drivers did with their on-track racing report. 11 overtakes, 17 failed for Ocon, 24 successful defences, 4 failed. His defending has become really strong. That's 2 races in a row where he's put up really good numbers for his defending. I keep saying defending. Overtakes, 15 successful, 11 failed for Lando, 10 successful defences, and 3 failed for Norris. And in terms of money, we achieve our sponsor goals, so we end up with 4.1 million after bonuses are paid out. Alright, our weather centre is now refurbed. Good stuff. We have 4.4 mil in the bank. Let's see, did we pass inspection? No, we destroyed a front wing, and the front wing on the other car has failed. Okay. Weather centre refurb complete. Gabriele Mini has been highlighted towards us. He is a very talented young Italian driver. And there's the F2 results. So we see Dino Beganovic gets the win ahead of Bortoletto and Novalak. Farah's gone to go watch some King Kong. Yeah, have fun with that. Message me the link as well, because I wouldn't mind having a look at that as well. Let's quickly fix our cars. Okay. So we have no spare front wings. How long till the new one is ready? A long time. So we're going to have to make some new front wings because we don't have any spares. Let's see. Next race is in 4 days. Oh, that's not ideal. Okay, let's rush to... It's Monaco. You know, high chance of breaking a front wing. Right, I've remembered. Let's look at engine manufacturers. So that is in... Where is that in again? I'm trying to remember. Oh yes, I remember. So let's go to circuits, Imola, because we've just done Imola. Powertrain usage. So Ferrari obviously have Ferrari engines. We've got Renault engines. Red Bull have to have Red Bull. Mercedes have to have Mercedes. Alpine have to have Renault. Williams are using Honda engines. Haas are using Renault engines. AlphaTauri are using Red Bull. They don't have to. And Alfa Romeo have gone to Renault, and Aston Martin are with Ferrari. So there's a lot more Renault teams than I was expecting. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 teams running Renault engines. The only team running Mercedes engines is Mercedes. That is a shock. That's a real shock. Did not expect to see that. I wonder if that's a financial thing, because, you know, the Renault is the cheapest engine. It seems to be the most popular one this season. Right. 4 days till the next race. What can we spend our money on? It's going to be a while till we've got new parts available to be built, so we don't have to worry about spending money there. We could go ahead and refurb some of these. Let's go ahead and refurb the wind tunnel, because that is about to drop again. That's going to cost 3.2 mil. That's most of our money gone there. Let's check in again. I would like to get that up a bit more, but I can't afford the 8 mil, and I can't afford the 6.5 for that either. Don't need to do the scouts. Hospitality doesn't really matter. Memorabilia doesn't really matter. The important ones are okay. Is it recommended to sign Behrman and Arthur Leclerc in 2025? I I mean, Behrman's a talented young driver, but just know every time you sign young drivers, they are going to be more inconsistent, so they're going to make more mistakes. So maybe don't sign 2 rookies unless you really want to challenge yourself. Right, I don't think there's anything else we can get done, so let's advance time. There we go, so our spare wing's ready. And we are ready for race prep. So, that is it for tonight's stream. Don't forget, there is that poll on the community tab of my channel homepage, allowing you to decide whether or not we continue on next week with our McLaren file just using hard mode on this save file, or whether we do a hard reset to take advantage of the third ATA weekend and the reduction in laps at Singapore, as well as starting from scratch on a brand new replacement series with a team in the bottom 3. And you've got until the end of Friday night's stream to cast your vote. We'll look at the end of the stream on Friday night, see what the verdict is. Last time I checked, it was pretty close, about 54 to 46% for sticking with this. But obviously that can change. And then if we do go for a hard reset, then I'll put another poll up over the weekend to choose which of the 3 teams we start with, and they'll be either McLaren, Alfa Romeo or Alfa Tauri. So you've got a couple more days left to get your vote in on that. As I say, you've got to the end of Friday night's race to cast your vote, and we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, that's it for all for tonight. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.